Hey guys, what's going on? It's Runeking. And to open up this video, just a quick me trading, quitting MCFS. No, I'm just kidding. I was just randomly doing a trust trade with Mind FKD. Don't know exactly why I did it, but it happened. So there's that. And I promised him or her, I don't know if RuneScape girl characters these days, promised Mind FKD that I would put this in the beginning of my video. So there that is. So in this video, I pretty much just wanted to talk about a few things. Since it's been a while since I made a video. In the background, you're going to be seeing me do the Elder Kiln. A little bit of a warning, not really a warning, but just a notification. I disconnected quite a few times during this fight and died. So if there just seems to be random jumps, it's because I stopped recording and paused it so I could get it reconnected and all that good stuff. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into it. I've got kind of a list of things I want to go through. Oh yeah, one more thing. If I seem like I'm talking quietly or like really just straight toned, it's because it's nearly 4 a.m. in the morning at my house. I'm no longer at college, and I don't want to wake anyone up, especially since my mother isn't too keen on me gaming in the first place. So if I woke her up, that'd be pretty bad, which I think is kind of comical. Anyways, I'm just gonna get right into it. A few weeks ago, I made a video saying that I'm pretty much taking a break from RuneScape so I can study, and that's exactly what I did. I had Tyler change my password for a week. Then I think the weekend after that, it was Double Drops weekend. He calls me and he's like, Jeff, gotta get on. Don't study this weekend. It's Double Drops weekend. So we went to Zammy, and we actually did pretty well, better than we expected to. But unfortunately, we didn't get any drops. I think the best thing that we got was Rune Plate Legs, which surprisingly I hadn't had on this series yet, but now I do. And you can see me wearing them there. They're pretty sexy. Not really, but yes, that's that. And then a couple weeks after that was my finals, and so I was on a little bit to like do my spins, maybe a random challenge in there, but for the most part, I was just no-lifing my studying. Like I said in the last video that I made, I pretty much neglected my studies this semester so I could play RuneScape, which ultimately isn't the greatest decision, but I don't know, in my first year of college, it's not going to make that huge of an impact. I just have to learn more time management and all that. So hopefully next semester will go a little bit better as far as time management goes. Enough about ranting on my personal life. You guys probably don't care that much about it, and if you do, feel free to message me in game. So moving on from my real life circumstances to more RuneScape related topics, I have a few goals. A lot of them are pretty long-term goals, just nothing immediately in the future. As far as leveling up goes on my account, ultimately I am aiming for the max cape from scratch, from no trading, no use of grand exchange, no assist and all that. Ultimately when skills come around, if I really am not working on anything, I'll just like go through my skill list and whatever is the closest, I'll just go and train that. I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of how I play though. But some of my long-term goals are the player on ports. I really want to get access to that. I actually rebought membership for my main when that update came out, so I could try that out. And while it's a great update, it's a lot of fun. It's really interesting, and you can get some really cool rewards. I just don't do it that often on my main because I just really don't enjoy playing on my main as much as I used to. Ever since I started doing the Max Cape from Scratch series, there just doesn't really seem to be a point. I have the quest cape on there, and I really enjoy doing quests, and that's pretty much the greatest source of fun for me. So once I hit that, it's just like, what do I do? Bossing's kind of pointless. The RuneScape economy is crap. The community is pretty crap, which is also another reason why I do Max Cape from Scratch so much. I enjoy it so much is because not only is it a lot of fun doing the challenge, it's just a lot of fun seeing myself level up and reach all these milestones, knowing that I did it 100% from scratch. Well, also there's that, and then there's the community, which, while there are a few exceptions, as with everything, everyone in the Brobson's Friends chat is just really cool, really laid back, really accepting, really friendly, and I love all of you. No homo. For those of you who care, I really don't care, but you guys are great. So yeah, I went off on a serious tangent there. I was talking about player on ports. So what I've been doing to do that is rune crafting. So I pretty much have been camping the rune span which kind of sucks since they nerfed it, but whatever, it's pretty laid back, it's pretty AFK. Not a whole lot of work, and if I get bored I invite friends to come and we just chat for a bit and really pass the time. If not, I'll just watch videos. But I was ultimately decided between getting ports to 90 or thieving to 90, and I ultimately decided runecrafting, not ports, runecrafting, because it's a little bit slower, but it's definitely more beneficial. At 90 I can get the full Wicked Robe set, and I'll also have access to the Greater Runic Staff, which is, I believe, 750 accuracy, which is only 50 less than the Chaotic Staff. So that would be really, really cool to have. Also, if I stuck it out one more level, I could get double natures, as well as I believe it's going to be 200 or 175 pure essence every day for my Wicked Hood, which would be awesome. Yeah, and then thieving, while it is faster, I'd have to get a lot of food and a lot of super anti-poisons for temple tracking, which is probably the method I'd use. And I almost have 96 thieving on my main, and I just really don't want to go through that again. Now, I'm going to have to eventually, because I'm going for max cape again, but I just really don't want to have to do that right now. And I'd enjoy the benefits from runecrafting more. So yeah, I just want to get access to ports as soon as possible, even if I only have one of the level 90 skills required, so I can start accessing the new areas and getting my crew leveled up and all that good stuff. Yeah, so moving on, my next goal is I want to complete the Fight Kiln. And again, as you see in the background, I'm doing the Fight Kiln quest, or the Elder Kiln quest, sorry. I didn't think about this at the time, I really just did it so I can get some background footage for this video. But I'm going to do the Fight Kiln so I can get my Tokar Cow. I'm not sure what the stats are, but it obviously has to be better than the Fire Cape. Which also makes me want to be sure that I'm ready to do the Fight Kiln before I do it, because I have to sacrifice my Fire Cape. And since it's one of my most beloved possessions on here, I don't want to lose that for no reason. But I'm not doubting my ability to get it done. I have it on my main. I followed Smokey 9112's guide to do that, and with that you pretty much only take one type of damage throughout the whole cave. It's awesome. He's a brilliant figuring that out, and especially with the combat triangle balance. If I can only be taking one type of damage at a time, it should be pretty easy, especially if I'm using things like shield abilities and rejuvenate and all that stuff. So I feel like once I'm ready to do that and attempt it, I'll have no problem doing that. That's another one of my goals. Another goal that I have is getting the Quest Cape. Like I said earlier, I've got that on my main, and I'd really like to get it on here. Not only is it just kind of a cool and somewhat still prestigious cape, it would be nice to have on the MCFS, because it really just motivates you to get skills up. A lot of the higher end quests have high skill requirements, and those skills that I don't have, it would motivate me to get those up just even higher, which is always a good thing since I'm going for the max cape, so it can't hurt. And my final goal is 99 dungeoneering. Also, just for the chaotics mainly. The chaotics are super useful. While they are kind of expensive, if I do the tokens option, it only costs 200k per recharge, which isn't that much in reality, and I got up to 86 this weekend during the double dungeoneering tokens and experience weekend, so that was awesome. Which brings me to another thing about the rule for doing dungeoneering. I watched Robson's video, I think it was 2 days ago, and read a comment saying that you can only do dungeoneering with other MCFS players or people in the French chat as long as they're lower than you. I was just a little bit confused because previously, Robson, you said that you could do it with anyone pretty much, because if someone was a higher level, it would ultimately just make it harder for you. So yeah, if you're watching this, feel free to comment or message me in game confirming what it is, because I really just do a lot of dungeoneering with DJ Kalyanka, or DJ as I like to call him, and he's a little bit higher than me in dungeoneering, but that's how I've done a lot of my dungeoneering training. Yeah, and I know Robson, you and I have both dungeoneered with people higher levels than us, so yeah, just really confirm me on that. I'm a little confused with this rule. But basically I just want to get 99 dungeoneering, and duoing with DJ is a lot of fun. He's a really good friend. So yeah, hopefully I'll be getting that in the near future. That pretty much wraps it up for my goals. Again, they were getting the ports, getting my Tokar Cow quest cape, and 99 dungeoneering. Okay, with all that said, that's a lot of the RuneScape related commentary taken care of. I wanted to get on about Tyler. Where's Tyler? For those of you who have been watching this channel for a bit and have been playing, you might have realized that Tyler is no longer online. And I honestly don't know 100% as to why, but what he told me is he's taking a break from the Max Cape from Scratch challenge in order to play on his main, because I think one of his long-term friends came back onto RuneScape, tried the Evolution of Combat, and he really liked it. So Tyler's basically just playing with him, doing some PvM. I haven't seen him lately, I haven't talked to him a whole lot. I saw him on all weekend for the double dungeoneering, and I think he wanted me to do that with him, but I'd have to go on my main. I really just had no interest leveling up my main. I'd rather play on my Max Cape from scratch. But yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. If you end up watching this, Tyler, I miss you. You should come back to Max Cape from scratch, because it's definitely a lot of fun playing with you. Yeah, that's that. So I don't know what's going to happen with as far as him being on the channel or not being on the channel. I know he made mention of wanting to upload some videos from our mains, but we currently have no plans for that. That's also what I was going to say. It was pretty epic. Probably not. Yeah, so that's that. I'm going to end this commentary here and go into some live commentary where I'm going to show you my stat differences and I think a bank video. I'm not sure yet, but I think now that I said I'm going to have to. So yeah, coming up is going to be my stat progress and bank video. So see you guys in a second. And I'm back. Alright, so this is the last commentary part of this. There's a few things I wanted to show you before I get into my skills and my bank. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of something. So as you can see, I've got about 260,000 tokens. So that's obviously enough for chaotic, and right now I don't have any of the skills to buy them. I believe you have to have 80 in a respective skill plus tokens to get it. Yeah, so I can't get one right now, but I have the tokens, so that's a good thing. I was thinking either between the longsword or the maul. Mostly because the DPS for the maul for regular usage and the boss potential with the longsword, since the best one-handed weapon I have right now is the leaf-bladed sword, which sucks in the Evolution of Combat. But I can use a shield with that, which is very good for the defensive abilities. And rapier is kind of out of the question, since really the only thing that's weak to stab that I think would be useful is what's his face, the ranger and barrows and frost dragons. I'm not thinking about doing frost dragons for a while. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to get either the maul or the longsword, whichever I ultimately decide. Probably the maul. And then I'll repair that and get the Sparking Stream necklace. And that'll be the majority of my tokens. And as you listened to earlier, I'm planning on 99 dungeoneering, so that should get me most of the other chaotics. I'm definitely going to go for the weapons first. Maybe get a kite shield in there, because I think it just looks sweet, and shields are awesome. So that's that. Moving on to the bank. Here we go. Not a whole lot has changed. I've got a few random squeal things in here. My pages, just my random craft tab, you know. Everyone has to have one of these. And I gotta get orts. I collect them here and there in the hopes that we might eventually get a citadel. Yeah, Brobson, if you're watching this, I'm gonna ask as politely as possible if we could have a clan citadel. Just everyone I've talked to about it says, or first of all, everyone wonders why we don't have a citadel, because it's super beneficial, and you honestly wouldn't have to do any work except for starting it up, because you could trust me to keep it running to make sure everyone's doing their work, and you could still have hold of the avatar, so that'd be an extra 6% experience bonus for you. And it could also unify the clan a little bit more, because everyone would have that 3%. Everyone would want that 3% boost, and we'd all play on World 22 again, and run into each other, which is always a lot of fun. So that's that. If you just right out hate the Citadel. I know in the past there's been some troubles with that, about the Citadel, where you've given us the avatar because there's all that drama, but there were no ranks really to make sure that was upkept. So I think that might be the reason why you don't want it, is because we failed in the past. But I'm confident that if we got a Citadel this time, that it would live on. Yeah, so that's that. Back onto my bank. Thank you, Anacogric Orts, for making me sidetracked. Just a few quest items crafted. Okay, my range tab. Things that have probably changed the most on my Black Dragon hide. I think I got this from the Clue Scroll. Same with this, and I made these. I boosted it up to them. As you can see, I still have a few D hides left over. I went to Barrows yesterday and got a Carol's Coif. So prior to the EOC, I would have been pretty pissed about that because crap drop, but it's actually pretty decent, especially considering that I use a Nez Helm for ranging now. But as you can see, I only have 69 ranging, so yeah, can't use that quite yet, but pretty happy about that. My melee tab, I'm trying to think what all might have changed. I guess my 60 milestone cape, which should be in there. Got my Tolkol Zo today, which will really only be useful in the kiln, since I've got my Berserker Ring, which is better than that. Bone Crusher, I don't know if that was in there. My Soul War Escape from doing Nomad, which I mentioned in the last video. So that's that. I'm just going to run through this real quickly, unless there's something really drastic. Nope, nothing new here really. It's all except I got a giant pouch, because during my rune crafting training, I got enough levels to get a rune crafting pouch, or giant pouch. So that's nice to get a few more extra runes every day. As you can see, my rune supply has been sort of dwindling, because even my daily runes can't keep up with the amount that you use for magic. So that's going to be a problem here shortly, I'm assuming. On my skilling tab, I really haven't done a lot of skilling lately with this, so not a whole lot has changed. I still have my dragon pick, my dragon hatchet, but yeah, I don't see a lot. And I just realized I have almost 500 green dragon hides I probably should use. Yeah, that's about it. I have a few pendants. Excuse me. I discarded them once they run out. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's about it. Nothing really changes there. On my summoning tab, I've got a few of the normal pouches saved up. Not too many. Yeah, nothing's really changed there. Looks like I just hit 1,000 gold charms, so which is kind of cool, I guess. And I still have every bird egg, which I should totally do since I've got at least 70 summoning. Food tab, again, nothing too special. I got these from the Skill of Fortune. I can't quite go there yet because I haven't done the quest. Still the same over rock tails. I haven't gotten any more from challenges. Farming tab, again, nothing's really changed that much. I might have a few more or less seeds in here, but for the most part it's about the same. And my potions tab. Yep, these are all the herbs I've pretty much gathered ever since the double experience weekend when I used them all. So I haven't been doing a lot of Slayer or camping for herbs, so I really don't have a whole lot. But when I want to train herbal, that's where I'm going to go. And again, on my secondaries. So that's my bank. I'm not going to value it this time since it really makes no difference to me what it is. But I do know that it was about 40 million before the evolution of combat, and now it's about 25. So if I for some reason wanted to quit the MCFS and sell all my stuff, I would have gotten shafted there, but I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon. So on to my skills. I want to pull up my super high-tech paint document as a little comparison right here, so you can see where my skills have gone since my last video. I just took a screenshot of the Nomad video, and as you can see, I've gotten 53 levels since then. So that's 3 weeks ago, including about 2 weeks off. So I think I've made pretty good progress. And you might notice that I've hit this milestone, 1800 total level, which is really cool. I'm really excited about that, which puts me exactly 199 levels below my main. which means I'm going to start calling this my main, which is kind of a cool thing to think about. I'm kind of excited for that. So I'm just going to quickly run through all of the stats and do my attempt at basic addition and subtraction. So I've got 2 attack levels. Oh, by the way, I'm fully confident you guys can do this yourself, but I kind of just want to run through this so I can kind of see myself too, I guess. I don't know. If you really don't want to listen to it, skip ahead about a minute or so. But I've gotten 2 attack levels, 1 strength level, a defense level, a range level, no prayer levels, 3 magic levels, 11 rune crafting levels. That's a pretty big accomplishment there. No construction, 9 dungeoneering levels, or 11 dungeoneering levels. Thank you, double 460 weekend. 2 hit points levels, an agility level. Which is kind of funny. I got 30,000 agility experience from finishing an elder kill and equivalent of 3k away from my level. So for the first time on this account, I went to agility training. Yeah, I missed the Gilmer game, that's all I'm going to say. I haven't gotten any purple levels, but I've gotten 7 even levels, mostly because I get a challenge like every freaking day for that. So just do those, and all the experience which really adds up from those. I'm really close to crafting level, so I'm probably going to use this green dragon hide that's on my bank and get that to 80, so I no longer have to boost to make glories, which would be nice. 2 fletching levels, mostly from challenges. No slayer levels, but I'm close to a level, and for those of you who don't know, this upcoming weekend is double fishing and slayer experience, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot of duo slayer with DJ and whoever wants to do some, I guess. That's going to be a lot of fun. Probably get my Ice Striker and pet, and also those other co-op slayer rewards, which would be cool. A hunter level, probably just from a daily challenge. Oh no, where'd it go? No mining levels, 4 smithing levels. I want to get this up to 70 so I can do the Voidsters back and get Karasi. I think it's still a pretty decent weapon, but also just the quest rewards. I think it gives decent experience, I'm not sure. A couple fishing levels. I'm going to head and power that up to 62 so I can get monkfish, because they're a lot better than the 700 swordfish that I have, but I have yet to do the quest. A cooking level from leveling up fishing. Fire making level, no wood cutting, a farming level, and a summoning level. So nothing too drastic has changed except for I think it's my thieving, dungeoneering, and rune crafting. I kind of try to level everything up at once. But yeah, as you saw in my bank, I've got the 60 milestone cape, and I'm working for the 70, and I'm only a few skills away. But those skills are pretty far away from 70. Stuff like farming is going to be really hard to get to 70. I'm going to have to start thinking of better ways to train that, because just getting hurt myself is not going to get me to 99. I think Bobson mentioned Livid Farm. I know you really don't like people copying your ideas, but that is a very good idea. Speaking of that reminds me of temple trekking, which I've got a challenge to make anti-fire potions, and I need 10 lantern dimes for that, so I was like, okay, I'll just go to temple trekking, get some hard rewards, and just get those from there. And temple trekking is freaking hard now. It was easy in the beta, then they made it easier at the beginning, and they updated it again, and now you really just need to bring a tribrid setup and a lot of food, and it's just a pain, and I honestly don't think it's worth it anymore. Especially for low-level players, it'd be very, very difficult. It was just easy before because you could protect 100% from everything. Now you don't have that ability, so you really just get torn to pieces in there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to cover. This is going to be a pretty long video. Hopefully that makes up for the lack of videos in the past few weeks. I'll try to put an update video out next, probably a little bit after the New Year. I'm going out of town on New Year's Day to the 4th, so I won't be able to play any RuneScape then. But hopefully a few days after that I will put out a video, unless something really significant happens before the New Year. Otherwise, I'm going to try to think of something unique besides an update video to put on the channel for you guys, for all of you who ask for videos, say they love my videos. Like, that really just uplifts me, really kind of motivated me to make this video, even though it is 4:15 in the morning. I really just wanted to get this out there for you guys so you can watch it. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to tune off for now, get this edited and upload it for you all. And for those of you who don't know, I love you all so much. Take care, guys.